You're careful with your sugar, you're trying to eat right, you walk every morning. But what about the vitamin aisle? It can feel like a maze, and it's easy to grab what you think you need, but miss what your body is truly asking for, especially with diabetes. For the next hour, we're going to fix that. We'll simply and clearly walk through the 5 most critical, science-backed vitamins and minerals that can make a world of difference for your energy and well-being. No confusion, just answers. Let's start with the one most people overlook. If you manage diabetes, or if you are caring for a loved one who does, you already know blood sugar control is a massive undertaking. But successful management requires looking beyond carbohydrates and glucose monitors. It means understanding how the condition itself, and the common medications used to treat it, alters your body's daily nutritional requirements. Diabetes creates specific nutritional gaps. Some medications increase nutrient loss. Other times, the chronic inflammation associated with the condition simply demands more fuel for cellular repair and daily function. This 60 minutes is dedicated to closing those vital gaps. We aim to equip you with the precise knowledge to stop making the small nutritional mistakes that slowly undermine your health, leading to crippling fatigue, nerve pain, and weakness. We are focusing on nutrients proven to help your body use insulin efficiently, protect your heart, and keep your delicate nerve pathways functioning smoothly. This is not about adding complexity. This is about maximizing your vitality and making your existing healthy habits work harder for you. If you value this kind of clear, evidence-based approach to senior health, please press the like button now. Subscribing ensures you receive all our simplified health research so you can continue living better every single day. We begin now with vitamin B12, the first and perhaps most crucial nutrient deficiency that silently plagues the diabetic community. The overlooked mistake, ignoring metformin's side effects, the B12 story. The first major nutritional mistake many people with type 2 diabetes commit is simply assuming their diet provides sufficient B12. This assumption is dangerous, especially if you take the foundational drug metformin. Metformin is essential medication for countless people, yet it is also a well-established nutrient depleter. It actively interferes with B12 absorption in the lower digestive tract. Over months and years of use, this interference creates a silent, progressive deficit. Vitamin B12 is non-negotiable for healthy aging. It is the architect of your red blood cells, which carry oxygen. More critically, for those with diabetes, it maintains healthy nerve sheaths. If your B12 dips too low, your body cannot properly insulate its nerves. This is a double threat. Diabetics already face heightened risk of nerve damage or neuropathy caused by sustained high blood sugar. A B12 deficiency compounds that vulnerability, potentially accelerating the uncomfortable symptoms of tingling, burning, or numbness often felt in the feet and hands. How do you spot this mistake? Low B12 symptoms often sneak up, often mistaken for normal aging. They include persistent, crushing fatigue that no amount of rest fixes, unexplained weakness, difficulty with balance, or what we call brain fog, trouble concentrating or recalling simple things. If you have been feeling tired without explanation, this is a strong sign you need to investigate B12. The clear action here is to be proactive. If you are currently taking metformin, you must be hypervigilant about your B12 status. Do not wait for symptoms to worsen. Commit to asking your doctor for an annual B12 blood test. This simple step provides vital data needed for prevention. Where does the correction come from? B12 is found primarily in animal sources: meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy. For meat eaters, a supplement may still be necessary due to absorption issues caused by metformin. For vegetarians and vegans, supplementation is essential, regardless of medication. When reviewing supplements, you encounter two common forms: cyanocobalamin and methylcobalamin. Methylcobalamin is recognized as the active, biologically ready-to-use form. Many experts suggest this form absorbs better, especially when the gut is compromised by medication. Always work with your healthcare team to select the appropriate form and dosage. Your goal here is fortified nerve health and sustained energy reserves. Correcting this deficiency is one of the clearest ways to reverse general fatigue. Remember this key point on absorption: the process starts almost immediately. If you have known B12 absorption problems, some doctors recommend sublingual supplements, those that dissolve under the tongue. This method bypasses many of the stomach and intestinal issues caused by medications like metformin. If your standard pill supplement is not raising your levels, ask about sublingual B12. The hidden mistake: assuming sunlight is enough, the vitamin D link. Our second common mistake is severely underestimating the importance of vitamin D. Most people relegate it to bone health or mistakenly assume that brief, inconsistent sun exposure covers their needs. For those managing diabetes, vitamin D functions less like a simple nutrient and more like a powerful hormone, influencing countless systemic processes. A low vitamin D level is shockingly common, and it is strongly linked to poor outcomes in blood sugar management. This is a massive, silent mistake, affecting nearly all adults over 55. Why is D so important for stable blood sugar? Think of vitamin D as a crucial signal. It helps your body's cells listen better to insulin. Research consistently suggests that maintaining robust vitamin D levels supports improved insulin sensitivity. When your cells receive insulin more effectively, they clear glucose from the bloodstream more efficiently, which is the foundational goal of diabetes management. The issue is that deficiency is rampant, hitting older adults hardest. As we age, our skin becomes markedly less efficient at converting sunlight into vitamin D. Lifestyle factors also contribute. Spending more time indoors, wearing protective clothing, and diligently applying sunscreen, all necessary steps, limit natural production. Furthermore, if you carry excess weight, your body may lock D into fat cells, making it biologically unavailable when it is needed most in the bloodstream. The mistake here is operating without data. If you have diabetes, knowing your 25-hydroxy vitamin D blood level is arguably as essential as knowing your fasting glucose. If your level is low, you are automatically losing an easy opportunity to improve insulin action, boost your immune defenses, and lift your mood. If you cannot recall your last vitamin D test result, consider getting tested your most urgent action item today. Relying solely on the sun is unreliable. Relying solely on food is often impossible. Very few foods contain meaningful levels of vitamin D naturally. Your best food sources are the fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, and sardines. Many staples like milk and cereal are fortified, but the potency varies dramatically. Fixing a genuine deficiency requires a more focused approach than adjusting your breakfast. Targeted supplementation guided by blood testing is frequently necessary. Because vitamin D is fat-soluble, Absorption improves dramatically when you take the supplement with a meal that contains healthy fats, such as avocados, nuts, or olive oil. Remember, safety first. Because D is stored in the body, high doses can accumulate and become toxic. Testing first is the only responsible approach. Your doctor will provide the specific, safe dosage needed to elevate your levels into the healthy therapeutic range. In summary, stop guessing your D status. Get tested. This simple correction supports everything from your daily resilience and mood stabilization to improving how your body responds to every single unit of insulin you produce. The hidden mistake, ignoring the master mineral, the magnesium deficiency trap. Our third widespread nutritional mistake involves ignoring magnesium. It is often called the master mineral because it catalyzes over 300 essential bodily reactions. Magnesium helps control muscle and nerve messaging, balances blood pressure, and, crucially, manages the release and function of insulin. The deficiency trap is set in two ways. First, modern diets are frequently low in whole foods rich in magnesium. Second, and specifically critical for diabetics, high blood sugar levels actively cause the kidneys to increase the urinary excretion of magnesium. Your body flushes this mineral out at an accelerated rate, creating a chronic deficit. The symptoms are often vague and easy to dismiss as normal aging: persistent muscle cramps, nighttime leg restlessness, constant stress, or trouble falling asleep. If you are chronically low in magnesium, your cells struggle to utilize insulin effectively. Insulin requires magnesium to properly facilitate the entry of glucose into the cells for energy. Without enough magnesium, that process becomes sluggish, making stable blood sugar control unnecessarily difficult. Magnesium is directly linked to better, quicker insulin signaling. How do you break this mistake cycle? Start with your plate. Prioritize food sources. The best sources of magnesium are simple, unprocessed, and delicious additions to any diet. Focus on dark green leafy vegetables, especially spinach and kale. Nuts and seeds are incredible sources. Almonds, cashews, and pumpkin seeds are excellent daily choices. Legumes, like black beans and lentils, also deliver substantial magnesium. Even a small square of dark chocolate provides a good contribution. The practical takeaway here is consistency. Make it a goal to incorporate a handful of seeds or nuts, or a generous serving of dark leafy greens into your daily routine. Sustained food intake is the foundation for healthy mineral reserves. When diet falls short, supplementation enters the picture, but pay close attention to the form. Magnesium oxide is cheap but poorly absorbed, often acting only as a laxative. Magnesium glycinate is typically well tolerated, highly absorbable, and often favored for its calming properties, making it excellent for sleep and nerve support. Magnesium citrate is another generally well-absorbed option. Discuss supplementation with your doctor, especially if you take heart or blood pressure medication, as magnesium can affect their action. The mistake of ignoring magnesium is common because it is a silent deficit, but the benefits of correction are immediate and noticeable: calmer nerves, deeper sleep, and improved glucose handling. We have addressed 3 of the 5 critical nutritional mistakes: B12 for nerve resilience, vitamin D for insulin clarity, and magnesium for cellular efficiency. Next, we move into 2 essential nutritional supports that help actively fight the long-term, silent damage caused by chronically elevated blood sugar. The antioxidant mistake, failing to shield your nerves, introducing alpha-lipoic acid. Our fourth major nutritional mistake is an omission, failing to provide the body with specific, targeted antioxidant support designed to protect nerves from chronic inflammation and oxidative stress. This introduces us to alpha-lipoic acid, or ALA. While chemically categorized as an antioxidant and not a classic vitamin, ALA is so foundational to advanced diabetic health that it must be discussed in detail. Why is ALA so vital? Sustained high blood sugar creates an aggressive, damaging internal environment known as oxidative stress. It is like accelerated internal rusting. This rust actively attacks the tiny blood vessels and nerve sheaths, leading directly to diabetic neuropathy. The painful, burning, or numb sensations in the extremities are the result of this breakdown. ALA offers a unique advantage. Unlike most antioxidants, which are either water-soluble, working in the bloodstream, or fat-soluble, working in the cell membranes, ALA is both. This dual nature allows it to work ubiquitously across the entire nervous system and inside every cell, acting as a universal, renewable shield. It also has the critical ability to regenerate other spent antioxidants, including vitamin C and the body's master detoxifier, glutathione. The mistake here is the assumption that a standard daily multivitamin offers adequate, targeted antioxidant firepower. For a diabetic body constantly fighting high oxidative stress, the level of support needed requires a specialized compound like ALA. While trace amounts exist in foods like kidney, liver, spinach, and broccoli, the therapeutic doses shown to benefit nerve function in studies are substantial and require targeted supplementation. ALA has been extensively studied for its potential to stabilize and support peripheral nerve function. It is associated with supporting blood flow to the nerves and may help mitigate the distressing symptoms of neuropathy. It works by directly neutralizing the free radicals causing damage and potentially improving the speed and quality of nerve signal transmission. If you are experiencing peripheral neuropathy or simply want to take protective steps, this is an immediate discussion point for your physician or neurologist. They can guide you on whether a high-quality ALA supplement is appropriate for your specific condition. A nuance to understand: ALA comes in two forms, the R form and the S form. The R form is the natural, biologically active version found in the body and is generally considered more effective, though it tends to cost more. Many inexpensive supplements contain a mixture of both forms. If nerve protection is your primary focus, look for supplements specifically labeled as RALA for potentially greater benefit. The key takeaway is proactive nerve maintenance. Do not wait for severe symptoms before acting. View ALA as essential insurance for your nervous system, helping you ward off the advanced cellular damage often associated with long-term diabetes. Giving your body this internal shield is a simple, effective correction to a profound deficiency in antioxidant support. We now turn to our final essential nutrient, a powerful trace mineral that works as insulin's crucial, often forgotten partner. The subtle mistake, ignoring the insulin partner, the chromium connection. The fifth and final critical nutritional mistake is ignoring the role of trace minerals. These are nutrients required only in tiny amounts, but their absence can destabilize major metabolic systems. We are focusing specifically on chromium. Chromium is a mandatory component for the compound known as the glucose tolerance factor, or GTF. Think about how insulin works. It acts as a key that unlocks the cell door so glucose can enter. Chromium acts as the crucial gear within the lock mechanism. It is essential for making that key turn effectively and ensuring the door opens smoothly and quickly. If your body is deficient in chromium, insulin's action is inherently less efficient, making blood sugar control unnecessarily erratic and difficult. This becomes a major mistake because chromium deficiency is hard to detect. There is no simple, widely accepted blood test to accurately measure chromium status, so a deficiency usually goes undiagnosed until symptoms manifest. Furthermore, our typical Western diet, which leans heavily toward refined and processed foods, is notoriously chromium poor. The refining process strips away much of this trace mineral. This creates a difficult cycle. High consumption of refined sugars increases the rate at which your body excretes chromium, the very mineral needed to process that sugar efficiently. Evidence suggests that chromium supplementation in the appropriate form may help improve the body's response to insulin and may support more stable blood sugar levels, particularly in individuals who show signs of deficiency or insulin resistance. The immediate action item is to re-engineer your meals to prioritize chromium-retaining foods. Whole grains, such as 100% whole wheat bread and true oatmeal, are much better sources than their refined white counterparts. Vegetables like broccoli and potatoes are excellent contributors. Certain meats and eggs also provide valuable amounts. Brewer's yeast is historically one of the richest sources, though not commonly used in everyday cooking. If you decide to explore supplementation, chromium picolinate is the most common and widely studied form. However, we cannot stress this enough. Strict medical supervision is mandatory here. Chromium can interact with the absorption of thyroid medications, and because its job is to lower blood sugar, if you are taking prescription insulin or other strong anti-diabetic drugs, chromium can potentially lead to hypoglycemia or dangerously low blood sugar. This is not a supplement to introduce without a doctor's guidance. The mistake of neglecting trace minerals like chromium is subtle and often overlooked, yet addressing this gap is one of the clearest ways to boost the effectiveness of your existing efforts. By ensuring adequate chromium, you are giving your natural or injected insulin the best possible chance to succeed. ### your simple action plan, reversing the mistakes. We have spent this hour outlining the 5 essential vitamins and compounds that many diabetics are missing or are chronically deficient in: B12, D, magnesium, alpha-lipoic acid, and chromium. These 5 areas represent crucial nutritional gaps, where a small change can lead to significant improvements in energy, nerve health, and blood sugar control, especially as you move through life past age 55. We must recap the 5 nutritional mistakes we identified and deliver your simple correction plan. This is your immediate, actionable blueprint for better health. Asterisk, mistake 1, ignoring the metformin effect. Asterisk times correction. Asterisk, if you take metformin, ensure you discuss B12 testing and supplementation with your doctor. Prioritize the methylcobalamin form to protect your nerves and combat chronic fatigue. Asterisk or mistake 2, assuming sunlight is sufficient. Asterisk or mang. Chaves, correction asterisk. Stop guessing your vitamin D status. Ask for a 25-hydroxy vitamin D blood test. Achieve and maintain an optimal level to support robust immune function and cellular insulin sensitivity. Mistake 3. Overlooking the master mineral. Asterisk. Time correction. Asterisk. Make magnesium a priority in your diet. Increase consumption of leafy greens, nuts, and seeds. If you experience muscle cramps or poor sleep, consult your pharmacist about a highly absorbable form like glycinate. Asterisk. Mistake 4. Skipping targeted nerve support. Asterisk. Times correction. Asterisk. Recognize that chronic diabetes demands specialized antioxidant help. Discuss alpha-lipoic acid, ALA, particularly the RALA form, with your doctor to provide comprehensive, dual-action shielding for your peripheral nerves. Asterisk. Mistake 5. Neglecting trace mineral partners. Asterisk. Times correction. Asterisk. Increase your intake of whole foods naturally rich in chromium, such as whole grains and broccoli, to boost insulin efficiency. If supplementing, commit to close ongoing medical monitoring. #. Adapting this plan for senior health. We understand that for our audience of adults 55 and older and their caregivers, implementing new routines can feel daunting. We must address 2 frequent concerns about this comprehensive plan. First, I already manage a complex medication schedule. I do not want more pills. This is entirely reasonable. The objective here is not mass addition. It is focused correction. By testing for B12 and vitamin D, you stop wasting money and effort on supplements you may not need. You are targeting only the 2 or 3 deficiencies that are actively undermining your diabetic management and vitality. Focus on high-quality, targeted supplements rather than generic multivitamins. Second, should I take all these supplements at the same time? No. Spacing them out improves absorption and reduces stomach upset. Vitamin D, being fat-soluble, works best when taken with your largest fat-containing meal, like lunch or dinner. Magnesium is frequently best taken 30 to 60 minutes before bed, as its relaxing properties support deeper sleep. B12 is often recommended in the morning to support daytime energy levels. Always adhere strictly to the dosing directions provided by your physician or pharmacist. Third, a vital note for caregivers. Vigilance is essential. Maintain a detailed log of subtle changes. Note new patterns of unusual fatigue, shifts in mood, or any increase in those familiar tingling or burning sensations in the feet. These often represent the early warning signs of an expanding nutritional gap. Communicating these precise details to the healthcare team allows for faster, more effective nutritional adjustments and prevents minor deficiencies from escalating into major health issues. Remember the guiding principle of this entire masterclass: empowered knowledge leads to informed action. The single most crucial step is not buying a supplement, but after communicating this information to your medical team. Asterisk. Take action immediately. Write down the names of these 5 key compounds: B12, vitamin D, magnesium, alpha-lipoic acid, and chromium. At your next appointment, state clearly, based on my diabetes, my medications, and my age, I need to know my B12 and vitamin D levels, and I want to discuss the protective benefits of supplementing magnesium, ALA, and chromium. When you move from passive uncertainty to active measurement and focused correction, you take absolute ownership of your health outcomes. You transition from making subtle, harmful mistakes to implementing powerful, evidence-based solutions. This is the core purpose of Silver Smile and Bites. We know you deserve to feel energetic, vital, and truly well every single day. These 5 nutrients are your silent, powerful allies in maintaining that vitality. Thank you deeply for spending this hour with us and investing in your long-term health. If you feel clearer, more confident, and better prepared to discuss your nutritional needs with your doctor, please tap the like button now. Subscribe to Silver Smile and Bites and hit the bell icon to ensure you receive all our ongoing, actionable health guidance designed for a thriving second half of life. You have received the map. Now, go use this knowledge to live your most energized, vital, and healthiest life.